Hello everybody, Sports Information Director Mike Greenlee here. At Angel Stadium, we're here to talk with former Titan pitcher Ricky Romero.
Uh, it's been a big challenge. I think for every single guy in this rotation, it's been a challenge. It's a challenge that all accepted, and we've all welcomed, and we've all enjoyed it so far this year. I don't think there's one leader on this pitching staff. I think we see ourselves as the five guys that are going out there and just trying to give the team a best chance to win. Absolutely, you're still learning. You're there's not a day that goes by that you're learning. I'm trying to learn something new every time, whether it's hitters, tendencies, and all that stuff. And that's the biggest thing. You never get complacent, and you always stay humbled. I usually look at video about 2 3 days before I'm facing the team, and I just look at little tendencies that they have. Where they're hitting pitches, where most of their cold zones and their hot zones are at, and you look. I like looking at most recent video more than anything. I hate going back to the video from a year or two ago, and I just try to look at the past few at bats, see how they're going, and try to look at some stats here and there, and go from there. I think having two catchers that are really, really experienced helps a lot with Molina and Buck. That sometimes I feel like I don't even have to shake. I'll shake every here once in a while, and they know exactly what pitch I want to go. And if we're not on the same pitch, obviously someone will come out, and we'll talk about it. In the off season, it's I go to what's called Athletes Performance out in Carson, and I live 4 times a week, and we hit it pretty hard in the off season. And once the season starts, you try to kind of cut back a little bit and get in that 5-day starter routine, and just go from there. It's usually lower body, upper body, light lower, day off, and then you pitch. What is it like? I mean, it's I try to take it as serious as possible. It's my time to kind of prepare for my next start, and it starts from the day I'm done pitching till the next day. It's ready to go to the next team, and you take it one day at a time, and you just kind of try to work hard and not take it for granted. Usually, yeah, the day after I throw, I go on a half-hour run, and 25 half hour, and then lift. Try to hit the legs pretty hard, and then the following day is usually my bullpen day, and I do some sprint work, and then go and do some upper body, some bands, my cuff weights, stuff like that, and then the third day is kind of a couple pulls here and there, and then you go and I go and do a light lower. The day before, I usually just kind of take it easy, run sprints, and that's it. As of right now, my family stays here in LA. So how am I able to juggle it? I mean, it's pretty easy for me. I have nothing to. I have no kids. I'm not married. So it's just kind of enjoying the big league life, and being in a different country. It's pretty cool. Canada has been really, really. It's been a really, really fun place to play at. Toronto's a really, really nice city, and it's definitely I recommend it for a vacation. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We actually we've faced them already twice this year, the Chicago and Toronto, and then Chicago, and we had some good conversations about different stuff. It's usually not about baseball. It's how are your family, how's everything going, stuff like that. So I think that Cal State Fullerton family, once you play there, you remain a part of that family, and wherever you see each other, you try to do something, whether it's talk about something, maybe go to lunch or whatever it is. Oh yeah, it's It's a big battle. It's you're not gonna get a hit off me, and I'm sure he's like, I want to hit a home run off you. So it's one of those things where you kind of lock it in because you really don't want to give up that hit to him. But we've been fortunate enough, like we always say, we're fortunate enough to be facing each other, and it's definitely something that's fun. I think it's a little bit of both. You obviously got to listen to your body here. You're on 5 days. There's a few days, or after a few weeks of training, you kind of back off of weights and you kind of do just lower stuff, light lower stuff. You try not to push it too much. And in college, you're not used to playing every day. Here we're out here every day, days off here and there, but it's definitely something that I think at Fullerton they did a good job of preparing us, for the on the mental side, and I think till this day I still continue to use that mental side of baseball, and it's helped me a lot. Oh yeah, I can't thank those guys enough. Coach Horton and the whole staff, Hookie and Dave, and everyone that was there, Teddy. All those guys had some little input in my career, and uh, and they taught me a lot. They always taught me to be tough out there and to never be scared of anyone. And I think I came with that coming from where I came from. I always had that little chip on my shoulder on wanting to prove something, and I think those guys brought it out of me. And I feel like to this day it's something that I carry with me out on the mound. Whoever complains about travel in the big leagues is crazy because our travel is fun. I mean, you're on a private plane, reclining seats, TVs, whatever. Food is good. There's nothing to complain about. I think the hotels are always nice. Where we stay at, 5-star hotels. You don't have to carry your bag to your room. They bring it for you. The spreads are actually much better here in the big leagues that there are in minor league ball, and obviously the travel. The travel is fun, and I think everything about it for me is fun. Everything in the big leagues. I'd say New York and Boston. Great baseball towns. And actually Philly too. I threw Philly in there. I got to pitch there last year, and it was definitely something different experience. Them Philly fans are crazy, and it's definitely fun when you go out there. Probably Chicago. Their pizza is actually really good in Chicago, and there's just a lot of restaurants to go out there and eat, and it's always a nice, fun city. College World Series, no doubt. I always say it. That's something that no one's ever going to be able to take away from me, winning a national championship for that school. Debut. Anytime you make it to the big leagues and that first day, you'll never forget it, especially having my family there. I think, and I have a picture of it in my room. I think it's having that trophy and raising it up by myself was probably a memory that I'll never forget. Pointing up at my family, having them there, and having not just my family, but my close friends like Danny and Red, having all their families there and able to share that moment with those two guys and Blake, who we kind of came up together. It was definitely something that a day that I'll never forget.